Imagine giving 8 years of your life to a company. Every late night, every missed birthday, every sacrifice, made for one dream. Then, one morning, your boss looks you in the eye and says, "You've reached the highest level I think you'll ever reach here." Most people would walk away broken. Sarah Mitchell walked away and built a $200 million empire instead. This is her story. Sarah Mitchell grew up in a small house on the south side of Chicago. Her parents worked hard. Her father a bus driver, her mother a school teacher. They didn't have much, but they had ambition. And they poured every drop of it into Sarah. Her parents instilled in her a strong work ethic and the belief that she could build a better life than they had. She was the first in her family to graduate university. A marketing degree, top of her class honors, and a vision that set her apart. She walked into Kronos Corp & Co., one of Chicago's most prestigious marketing firms. At 24 years old, with nothing but a briefcase and an unshakable belief that she was meant for something great. For 8 years, she gave that company everything she had. She was first in every morning, last to leave every night. While her colleagues went on vacations, she sometimes stayed back to finish key projects or meet deadlines. While others complained, Sarah solved problems. She was passed over for promotion once. She worked harder. Passed over again. She worked even harder and smarter. The third time, she walked into her boss's office and asked directly, "Why not me?" Richard Hayes leaned back in his chair, looked at her with cold eyes. "Sarah, you're talented. You've done great work here, but you have reached the highest level I think you'll ever reach here." 3 days later, she was called into HR. Her position had been eliminated. After 8 years, she was fired. Escorted out of the building, she walked out carrying a cardboard box and a growing sense of uncertainty. The paycheck she depended on for 8 years was gone, and the rent wasn't going to wait. But it wasn't just her she worried about. Every month, she helped support her parents back home. Her father had recently retired, and her mother was dealing with mounting medical expenses. She called her mother that night. Through tears, she explained everything. The missed promotions, the conversation with her boss, the termination. Her mother asked, "Do you believe what he said about you?" But as the hours passed and the apartment grew darker, she couldn't stop replaying Richard Hayes' words in her mind. What if they were all right? What if she really wasn't enough? Day 3, 2 a.m. She was still awake, still staring, and something inside her, something quiet but unbreakable, finally spoke back. She opened her laptop, created a new document, and typed one single sentence that would change her life. "Embrace the struggle and grow. If nobody will give me a seat at the table, I'll build my own table." She stared at those words for a long time. She sat in silence, eyes fixed on the screen. Somewhere between exhaustion and determination, doubt began to lose its grip. Then she started working. With no guarantee of success and no steady paycheck ahead, Sarah used her savings to launch Mitchell & Co. Marketing Consultancy. Sarah spent her days researching companies and reaching out to potential customers. By the end of her first month, she had contacted more than 200 businesses. Most never replied. A few showed interest. Only one became a client. That one opportunity would change everything. A small local restaurant chain became the foundation everything else was built on. Word spread the way it only does when someone's work is truly undeniable. What started with a single opportunity slowly turned into momentum. 6 months later, she was managing 4 active clients. A year later, she hired her first employee. By her second year in business, Mitchell & Co. had grown into a team of 12 working from a downtown Chicago office. She kept her expenses low, reinvested as much as she could into the business, and worked longer hours than ever before. But this time, she was building something that belonged to her. Then came the phone call she never expected. Out of nowhere, Kronos Corp and Kodaco contacted her company. They wanted Mitchell & Co. to help fix their struggling marketing system. Without strong leadership in the marketing department, their campaigns began to lose consistency. Mitchell & Co. responded with an enterprise retainer, $50,000 per month for full-scale marketing consultation and campaign restructuring. There was no long negotiation. After internal review, Kronos Corp & Co. accepted the proposal in full. Here is what Sarah Mitchell wants every single person watching this to understand. The people who told you that you'd never make it, they were describing themselves, not you. Every rejection is just a redirection. Every door that closes is pushing you toward a door that was always meant to be yours. Your turn starts now. If Sarah's story moved you today, share it with one person who needs to hear it right now. And subscribe for a new success story every single week. Because somewhere out there, your story is still being written.